thrilled this evening, man, because I'm going to be talking to some dynamites, man. Dynamites! And interestingly, you know, they're all corporate guys, man. They do some consulting and other things we'll be talking about, but they also have a passion for radio because they have great voices. And if many of you know them, possibly because it's through their radio, and tonight I'm hanging out with them, man, back to back. Normally when you're listening to Joy FM, you hear the multi-track show. Yeah, and the man behind that, for now I'll call him B. Laing. Show him some love. And the man who does the late night dynamic voice, one of Ghana's, how do you call them? Sexiest men alive. He's called Kofi Laing. And he's here too. So tonight, multi-choice in Kwao, multimedia, whatever the multi thing is. But in the meantime, put your hands together, show some love for Kofi Laing. There we go. Welcome to the house, man.
Oh, you know what? I'm so humbled. You know, this is something that I've been looking forward to.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If you actually make it into this chair, you've arrived. Yeah.
You arrived long before this chair.
Oh,
this chair is just. This chair is honored to have your bum on it, man.
Oh, thank you too. Thank you too. Thank you too.
Anyway, we're going to take a short commercial break.
Absolutely.
When we come back, Kofi Laing in the house. Stick around. We'll be right back.
It's gonna get sweeter than guinea fowl. It's the KSM Show.
So we're back. You're good, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You must unbutton while you sit. I just realized.
Oh, that's ethical.
Yes, I think
I
so.
have to come to you for training, you know.
Well, I try. You look well yourself, by the way. Absolutely nice shirt.
Really? Thank you very much.
I think I'll be going to get
Nessie Bespoke. Oh, yeah. They handle me. They treat me well.
Lovely ladies. Lovely ladies.
Oh, you know them?
I've worked with them in the past. I've actually even been to their home.
Oh, wow.
Great that they're actually part of your show.
Yeah.
I will be knocking on their door soon. Yeah.
Great, man. So how's it been back to Ghana? Because you were in the UK for a long time.
Yes. I was gone for almost the better part of 18 to 20 years. Wow. So I come and go holidays here and there. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey. Soul-searching journey. It's just trying to find myself. Because I think I left this country rather early.
Yeah. How old were you?
I think I was probably 22. I'm now 45.
Wow.
So
and all those years were in UK?
Yes.
Mostly?
Yes,
Really?
Mostly. I won't say I was institutionalized, but I learned to do things a certain way. Right from schooling, you know, any further education I had in the UK, you just had to do things a certain way. So I've had a shock to my system coming back home.
How long have you been back in?
Well, I've been back for almost 3 years now. So yeah, you would have thought I would have learned.
3 years is considered the there's a term for it.
Breakpoint, is it?
3 years is all crisis management.
Yes.
Most of the time, 3 years is crisis management.
I agree with you.
For returnees.
I agree with you. I agree with you because I think my journey has been all crisis management.
Really?
You know, it's you hit a dead wall here, then you have to start another one here, and start another one here.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to understand and figure out how to do things differently. Because Ghana, I think, challenges you, you know, mentally, psychologically, you know. And you say to people, but this is how we should be done. It's like, no, Kofi, this is how we've always done it.
That's okay. Yes.
You know,
yes.
so you know, you're learning. I think the biggest lesson I've learned since coming back is only to give my expertise when it's asked for, and not to impose it on others.
Okay.
So I have become more conscious of who I am and the impact it has on other people. But yeah.
Quickly, what like 1 or 2 areas that you really you just felt you were hitting a dead block because of
I think I've had several opportunities to do different things, and considering my journey in the UK, where I worked 9 to 5 and I was stuck within a sort of an institution, I don't have a problem doing that. Again, it has to, however, suit me. It has to be fit for purpose. I should still have that opportunity to think out of the box if I was doing a 9 to 5. So I've had those sort of offers come along since I've been here, but none of them have actually materialized because when I have shown interest in other things. So I've organized art exhibitions since I've been here. I've done at least 4 or 5 with my my media company called King's Crown Media. So there is that interest as well. Then there is the interest on Joy FM radio. There's the interest that I love fashion, especially ladies' clothes. So I take a big interest in that. I've done a few TV series show with Joy Prime, where we had about 24 episodes just talking about fashion. Joyce Abibio, B. Arthur, they all came on the show. It was beautiful. So with all these interests, I've struggled to tie myself down to one thing. I'm hoping this year things will settle down though, a little bit for me, so that I can stay in one lane and maybe I could sit in your seat one day. That's
hey, that'd be great, man. You should good. I love that. and the late night radio.
Yeah.
How did you decide on Joy, or did you work with Joy before?
Coming to Joy was an obvious decision for me to come back and learn. Because let's call a spade a spade. Some of the legends have all come through Joy FM. And I've got to give that to them in terms of an institution that is a place to go and learn. And I've learned a lot, including meeting our next guest, who I have a lot to talk about, by the way. And people I've met on my Joy FM journey have taught me so much. And some of it has been reflecting, more putting the mirror in your face saying, look at you, look at the man in the mirror first. And so that has been an interesting journey. But yes, I was with Lintas, doing lots of TV commercials. Kojunchi's video, Me Tonko, Naso Me Ndayo. Yeah. That's the best way to spot me in my early years.
Oh, you were in there?
I'm the guy chasing the girl.
Oh, really?
The house. Then you see Stacey Master falling asleep, then I managed to school.
Oh, really?
We have to find this video. That video, I am the guy. So I was that media journey never actually materialized because I left to go and try and school and do other things, etc. So yeah, Joy FM, it's where I belong. I'm enjoying my late night show.
Yeah. So how that? You picked the late night? Did Joy pick you, or?
Well, I think I got picked. According to the what's his name, the programs manager, Kofi Laing, he says the first time he spoke to me, he knew that I had to do the Late Night Express. So I like music, but I have never been the biggest music connoisseur. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I am more of an entertainer and a presenter because speaking comes now very natural to me. So my journey has, over the last 3 years, has been trying to master the type of musics and the BPMs and what goes with what tempos, creating themes, concepts. And, you know, I've had people like Bilay, who have been extremely influential, that Paul Ankara, who is coming on next. So, yeah, it's I'm adjusting. And if you're listening and you like it, I have a lot of people to thank for that.
What I know the feeling when you come back, the vim, the energy.
It's been dimmed a few times.
It's been dimmed. Yeah, that's what. What are some of the things that dim yours?
I think things that have dimmed mine is people saying one thing and doing the other. Saying I'm going to do this, and they either don't deliver. Just this morning, I was having a go at the guy who came to help me with my garden because he says you'll be there at 7 o'clock. I gave him instructions on how to get hold of me when he comes. Bell, ring me, what's up. He turned up at 10. And I had to stop at some point I was thinking, the old Kofi Laing who first walked into Ghana would have gone crazy and said, when I say 10 o'clock, we deliver it at 10 o'clock. But I just looked at him and I said, laugh. I said, my brother, tell him why. I be old man. I didn't do so. If you say you come, just come, man. You don't make a worry. And that's my journey in terms of how I learned
see the
to
adjustment
deal with things.
coming, you know.
It is funny, but
yeah. But in terms of making adjustments, somebody asked me one time. So they were asking me, so is it that you have joined the ranks and your fire has dimmed, or the fire is still there, but you know how to cope with the ranks? What is yours?
I put it in a very simple sentence. I have learned to drop my expectations, but not my standards.
I like that.
And that's what I'm applying to everything now.
Okay.
When somebody says something, they're going to do something, I watch. I don't hold my breath, but I watch to see if they will actually deliver it. And some people who are unfortunately of high standing, who say they're going to do something, but for whatever reason are not able to deliver what they want. They're not convicted to their thoughts. They're not convicted to their by showing it in their actions. And I get things done. If you say take this from this journey to there, I will do it. And that has to be my reputation. Yeah.
Well, welcome to Ghana. Master, when I say the program, 3 days later, you don't
Listen,
and because they can't fulfill it, they even stop taking your calls.
Oh yes, oh yes. Yeah.
You know,
and I found myself. I've got to agree with you. I found myself falling into that where people are struggling to get hold of me, and I'm like, that's not how I was. I used to just be prompt, but now I'm over compartmentalizing because I'm dealing with all the strains of the people who I have around me who cannot deliver when they're supposed to deliver. So now I can't take people's calls as often as I'd like to because I'm occupied with other people's thoughts. I'm not as proactive and as efficient and productive as I used to be, but my standards are still there.
The standards are still there. All right, come on, man. Now, the late night show.
Yes.
What do you enjoy most? Is it that you are on your own? Well, not your own, but it's time that it's not there's not so much noise in the world. What is it that?
I think it's therapy. It's therapeutic. I didn't even know I used to love. I used to actually like slow music when I was younger. It's only I noticed on Twitter someone had said, "Oh, when we're in school, when everybody was jumping up and down, you were always listening to the slow music." Yes. So it's something that I think I've had to rediscover in myself from my adolescent days, and it is therapeutic, extremely therapeutic. I like, and I've got to say, having that transition. You know, Belay attracts a very interesting listenership. So that has opened a different window for me where people say, oh, well, let's just hang around and see what Kofi Laing is all about. Because Belay knows music. Belay presents. Belay understands how it works. And I know I'm going on about someone else because I am the kind of person who likes to have mentors because I don't know everything.
So is Belay a mentor?
Oh, yeah,
really?
Easily.
How far back do you go with Belay?
Well, you see, when I first went to the UK, I remember my cousin, Sammy Lane, used to drive me these long distances to these nightclubs in somewhere in Ipswich. And I used to wonder why we had to drive, well, I'll say about an hour and a half or so to go to clubbing. But it's only when I realized when we arrived that it was a white community, white people, white thought, white ideologies, white everything, that we walked into this nightclub full of white people, and I saw Belay standing behind the DJ box, and I said, who's this man? I need to meet him.
One black DJ knows from Ghana.
One. So I initially thought, you know, and it didn't, there was a long gap before I saw him again. And then, you know, after catching up, I was like, wow, you were that guy. I remember. Wow. You know, we used to do DJ Six and a few other prominent DJs in Ghana. So, yes, that was worth the catch up, as well as he had a sort of he had a lead in that industry, so he was able to advise me. And Belay's advice goes beyond just press that button, reduce your voice. I get all of that too, not as much as I did when I first arrived, but it transcends that now. You know, into our personal lives, we talk. I call him my brother. My big brother that I probably never had.
You talk real personal with him? Really?
Yeah. But I know what I say to him is safe, and he knows what he says to me is safe. I like to say I'm a safe house. You know, when people come to me, and I think it's reciprocated as well with all relationships I have, I try to deal with people in isolation and deal with them. I don't take someone's story and start asking other people, what do you think, or just for favor, or for... And there's a lot of that in Ghana, and it's easy to get caught into that whole world of negativity of this person said that, the person said this person said, and they told this person. That person's in bed with that person, so they're saying this.
Who are your parents?
My parents? Oh, my dad was a pilot at in the Air Force a long time ago. His last position was Group Captain Lane. He passed when I was about 16, 17, I think, around that part. It was quite young. I was quite young, and it had a big toll on my life. And my mum is still alive, thank God for that. And she's Ernestina Lane, but she's now Ernestina De Heer. She's remarried Dr. De Heer, who was a nutritionist, a specialist nutritionist for Africa. So those are my parents. In terms of how they influenced me, if you don't mind me saying, my mum had to educate me on things that I did not need to do.
Things you didn't need to do?
Yes. She showed you by doing those things to make you aware that these things would worry you in the future.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, just lessons in life. Like If you take that, it'll burn you. But she'll take it and she'll burn herself and show you that, look, did I not say it will burn you? It's an interesting teacher, but it still sinks. You know, later on, when I got back, I said to myself, I don't think I spent enough time with my mother. Because now that I'm back and I've put a lot of things behind me, and I speak to her and I get to know her, I realize and understand and appreciate who she is more. And I love her to bits.
You're a parent?
Sorry? I am a parent of a proud 15-year-old, Alexander Laing. He's the reason I am who I am.
Really?
Yeah, he's a rascal, he's my motivation, he's my enthusiasm, and he plays football for Tottenham Hotspurs as well, under 16s. So he's doing quite well there. He's been there since he was 7.
And he's the only you have?
He's the only son I have, yes.
Really?
And he's doing very, very well. I'm proud of him. And my wife as well, who's in the UK. And she's holding the fort. Maxine is holding the fort. Well, they're coming in Easter, so I'll see them at some point in Easter.
Okay. So far, you're on track. I know that all the
I've had distractions. I've had a lot of distractions. Some of it has more to do with how I turn out. I would like to be more than just a pretty face. I would like to have depth. These are things I'm aspiring to become. I would like to be the guy to go to. He has answers, because I listen to others who give me answers. And that journey has been difficult if you already come across a certain way. I have learned to say, oh yes, boss, what do you need? To get that information, to enable me. And I've had to compromise a few things here and there I haven't been too comfortable with. But I'm back to who I am now, I think. I found my equilibrium.
What do you like most in...
You would listen to, even though
One thing that really,
what have I really enjoyed?
Whew.
If I'm going to be honest with you, it's coming to appreciate the culture of where I come from.
Okay.
I think that has been the biggest love I have gained, of being able to eat wache out of a wache leaf, of being able to stand by the gutter drinking coconut with everybody else, the whole community, by being able to have a say when it comes to politics, that somebody will listen to, even though I'm not that hugely political. That you are, we have taken democracy to a different level in this country. Some of it quite hazardous, I think, but most of it, it's nice to know that everybody has a voice in Ghana. And you can speak without feeling that you will have any armed insurrections or reprisals. But coming back more to your question, I think culture. I'm now taking interest in the good locations in Ghana to go visit, have a good meal. I have good friends like a gentleman called Yao Parry, who takes beautiful pictures of Ghana. So we're now... It's all about promoting the best in Ghana. There's so much negativity and people saying, these people are bad, that people are bad. I've spent some time with Ghana police, a few friends. They've told me things. And I put a post out saying, I believe there are good police who are Ghanaians, good Ghanaian police. You have to understand the system to understand them. And that created a bit of a stare. But I'm now starting to say, hey, let's look at positive things in Ghana. I'm heavily invested in fashion in Ghana. There's a few people I'll still like to work with, but I already have worked with some of the best. Anesi, Biatha. I've even been to do a big interview with Joyce Abibio and a few others. So there is a huge interest in fashion from the youth. So I think the next step for us as a nation to influence the thoughts and minds of people is to go through what they like most. Media, which is music, fashion, and a few others. So I am heavily invested in that fashion, and I'll use that as a voice to educate, hopefully, the youth for tomorrow, so that we can have a better tomorrow.
Put your hands together, man. Now check this out. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, he's going to introduce our next gentleman. You should hear this gentleman. So stick around. We are pausing for the course. We will be right back.
Don't move, don't blink, don't breathe. The KSM Show will be right back.